Let's start this out right, boys and girls. It's Bored with Miss Reynolds. Better off reading every day. And today's book is If All the Animals Came Inside by Eric Pinder, illustrated by Mark Brown. Yes. If all the animals came inside. If all the animals came inside. If all the animals came inside, my brother would cry. My sister would hide. My doggie would bark. The kittens would hiss. My parents would make funny faces like this. But I wouldn't look for a place to hide. I'd climb aboard for an elephant ride. Thump, rump, bang, bump. The walls would tremble, the windows would shake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. When all the animals played hide and seek, I'd cover my eyes, but the monkeys would peek. They'd laugh and they'd point, they'd swing and they'd run. I'd hide with a hippo and have much fun. Crash, bash, zoom, boom. The walls would tremble, the closets would quake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. When all the animals wanted a snack, the skunk and the panda would even the yak would rush to the kitchen and chew up our food. Mommy would tell them to stop being so rude. The walls would tremble, the dishes would break. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. When all the animals needed a drink, they'd slobber and drool all over the sink. The badger would blubber, the grizzly would burp, my sister would mutter, it's not nice to slurp. Pew, hew, ugh, hew. The walls would tremble, the cupboards would shake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. The lions would roar as they sprawled on the floor. The lemurs would lollygag right by the door. My daddy would try to sit down in his chair. He'd holler and hoop with a porcupine's there. Oh, wow, ouch, youch. The walls would tremble, the sofa would break. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. The gibbons would giggle, hyenas would laugh, the ostrich and I would go race the giraffe. We'd follow the bears as they ran up the stairs. We'd bounce on the beds and knock over chairs. Rumble, jumble, pounce, bounce. The walls would tremble, the dressers would shake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. At bath time, my daddy would stammer and stare. You can't take a bath with an octopus in there. The faucet would leak, the bathroom would flood. Daddy would slip and he'd land with a thud. Splish, splash, splish, splat. The walls would tremble, the toilets would shake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. When all the animals wanted to play, they'd grab all my toys, they'd take them away. Upstairs and downstairs and out in the hall, the chipmunks would draw with my paint on the wall. Wibble, scribble, wipe and swipe. The walls would tremble, the crayons would break. Oh, what a terrible mess they would make. The bats would be dealing my cards on the ceiling. The squirrels would be squealing. The paint would be peeling. The rhinos downstairs would be watching TV. They'd stand in the way and leave no room for me. Spilling the popcorn, causing a riot, whooping and snorting. They'd never be quiet. Every last creature would sleep in my bed with oodles of pillows, one for each head. From sunset to sunrise, the wolves and the owls would keep us awake with their hooting and howls. We'd have nowhere to sleep, so we'd stretch and we'd yawn. We'd pack up our tent and go play on the lawn. As fun as our house full of critters could be, my dog and my kitten are plenty for me. The end, boys and girls, of If All the Animals Came Inside by Eric Pinder, illustrated by Mark Brown. Absolutely beautiful. My favorite part of this book, besides the whole book, because it's absolute chaos and I love me some fun chaos, is when he goes, at bath time my daddy would stammer and stare. You can't take a bath with an octopus in there. The faucet would leak, the bathroom would flood. Daddy would slip and he'd land with a thud. Splish splash, split splat. The walls would tremble, the toilet would shake. Oh, what a terrible mess we would make. That was one of my favorite pages. And this one too. The bats would be dealing my cards on the ceiling. The squirrels would be squealing. The paint would be peeling. Look at that. Look at that. Boys and girls, I chose this book because I just love the title. If All the Animals Came Inside. You know what it reminds me of? When I think, like, what would happen if you ended up stuck at the zoo at night? Can you imagine? It's great to visit during the day, but getting stuck there, that's what I thought it would be like. But this was a lot more fun because he then realized like his cat and his dog was enough for him. So boys and girls, check out my shirt. Animal, 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 animal. You know what that's all about? That's all about Dave Bautista. He is from the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's also a famous wrestler, known for dropping these guys like bad habits. Yes, he was one of my favorite wrestlers when he wrestled. And what I absolutely love about Dave Bautista, I know last time I called him John, don't know why, is that he is a big sweetheart like my brother. Like you look at these guys and they're huge. And they're dropping people like bad habits and body slamming people and all of this. And come to find out, they're actually really sweet guys. Sweethearts who wouldn't hurt a fly. That's what I love about him. He has a movie out right now. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's with a little girl and he's an undercover agent and she finds him out and they kind of sort of become friends, but it is absolutely hilarious. So if you get a chance to check it out, boys and girls. You'll get to see him as a regular guy, not wrestling, not the animal like he is here. Just regular guy being sweet and kind and not body slamming anyone. Yeah, because that's what they do in wrestling. That's his job. That was his job. Now his new job is acting. So that's why I put these together. Animals, animal. It turned out very, very sweet at the very, very end. Turned out very, very sweet. They have something in common. See, sometimes it is not good to judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you really have to get inside and have a look and check it out for yourself. And you would be pleasantly surprised. How many times have you looked at something and said, nah, not for me? And then when you tried it out, guess what you found out? Yes, for me. How would you have known that if you didn't give it a chance? I have this question I love to ask. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Little bit up here. See? When was the last time you did something for the first time? So school just started, so I want you to try and do something for the first time and let me know how it goes. Okay? I'm counting on you to do something for the first time. Give it a chance. Don't judge a book by its cover. And I'll see you soon, boys and girls. It's Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D, Better Off Reading Every Day. Of course, it's my pleasure to bring this book to you about If the Animals Came Inside. Bye.